Thank you. I'm glad to be back here for the second annual Streamies. The reason why I'm not in my beautiful suit this year is because we are being sponsored by me, by Burnsy's Multimedia Services. I understand some of my logo is in green. That may not go well with the green screen, but we have to make the best of it. But for this year, we do have many more awards. So let's get right underway with the first award. The first award is one for special runs in a game. And what that means is somebody who takes an unconventional route, does something interesting. And the first person I saw do something totally out of left field that I didn't expect was honestly Big Boss Incarnate. Because I've seen people play Dark Souls with Guitar Hero controllers or something of the sort, Big Boss Incarnate played Resident Evil with a DDR dance pad. And to some people, that might be kind of like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Forward, back, left, right, tank controls. But to me, I see it as honestly kind of a physical nightmare. Maybe I'm just out of shape since high school. But yeah, and playing Resident Evil with a dance pad seems like it would have taken a long time, especially because if you accidentally go forward, you mean to go backwards, that's an entire foot movement. So, Big Boss Incarnate, I really did want to take the time to say congratulations on that run. That was fantastic. And actually, I do believe you're here to say a few words.
Hey, I got an award. Thank you very much, Mr. Burnsy. And of course, thank you to my lovely, sexy member club of an audience. Thank you very much, guys. I'm Big Boss Karna. I basically play lots of Resident Evil. Lots and lots and lots. And then you want to try and find new ways to do it. And this is basically one of the ways, which was using a dance pad. Because, you know, controllers are overrated, man. People use steering wheels. That's lame too. I want to use a dance pad. Really. But yeah, what I normally do is a lot of Resident Evil and a bit of variety content, you know, mostly horror focused stuff on my channel if anyone wants to check that out. So yeah, the idea basically came from watching people play Elden Ring on a dance pad. It was just, I thought it was interesting. I was like, why not? I'll try Resident Evil 1, which has way less controls and less to worry about on a dance pad. So I thought, I can do that. You know, some challenges I know I can't do. I'm good, but I don't know if I'm that good. Still, we tried it and we accomplished it. We still got to do Resident Evil 2, guys. Thank you so much for the award, Burnsy. Have a good one.
And the next award is the longest stream time. Now, this means the streamer that runs the longest, at least from what we've seen here, because we know some people may accidentally go 20 hours like Kim does sometimes, but this person consistently has some of the longest streams that we've seen. And she doesn't quit. She doesn't give up. And that goes to Mordant Cassie. Congratulations. Next up is somebody who really helped out a lot from what I've seen with the BioRand charity case. The next award is the Best Stream Notification Award. And this goes to that guy, Alexier. I'm not entirely sure how to say it. I should have asked him before I did this. But his stream notification, it's perfect. It always gets me every time. And it's, you've been mentioned on stream. You know how someone will tag you on social media and say, you've been mentioned, you got to check it out. That's his notification. And it's kind of awesome.
Howdy. How are you guys doing? So, apparently, if you guys are seeing this, it's because It's because I won an award on Burnsy's stream. What award was that? The best notification on Twitch. How did I got that? Don't ask me, because I don't even know. Even I don't even know how the hell I got that award. But I still got it. I just fought on something to type in on that small enclosure, and apparently that got me an award. So if I did it, what stops you from getting one as well? Just try it. Just go with the flow. Just go with whatever is on your mind. Just flow with your imagination. Just let it all out. Be careful of strange smells, though. That's a warning. I mean, what? So, for those that don't know me, my name is KLX here. I am a variety streamer. I mean, I am not a variety streamer. I just play a lot of from Monday to Monday. From story-driven games, the challenges, to community games, to retro achievement hunting. It's a lot of chaos. Sometimes can be a little bit quiet. It's normal. It's completely normal. But hey, we all got one of those days, right? You can even find me on a lot of social media and even on Discord, because I am on a lot of channels. And when I mean a lot, I really mean a lot of channels. So it's really hard to miss me. So thank you everyone so much for watching this video. Thank you everyone so much for supporting Burnsy and what he's doing to St. Jude's. And yeah, I shall be seeing you all later on in Burnsy stream, or even on my own stream, or somewhere else. Who knows? Stay awesome. Stay safe. Stay frosty. Stay hydrated.
And I'll catch you guys later. Don't you worry. I'll try to behave.
The next award is the Best Slow Cooked Turkey Award. And yeah, this honestly should have been given out last year, but I forgot. So, for the Best Slow Cooked Turkey Award, that goes to Papa Canis, also known as Papa Wolf. Congratulations.
Wow. The best smoked turkey. There was a lot of stiff competition this year. I can't believe we got it. We pulled it out. I mean, what do you think, Papa Pup? What do you... It was so amazing. It was very tasty.
Papa_Canis asked, Papa Pup, we just won a Streamy for Best Smoked Turkey. Would you like to say a couple words? Borf borf. I'm turkeyly speechless. Thanks, everyone. Let us climb more flavor ladders together. Possum work, team. Borf borf.
Yeah, let's climb those flavor ladders.
For the Best Art Streams, it goes to somebody that we've met in the last year in our community, but has certainly made a hell of an impact, and that man is Wibbit Guy. I'm gonna let him talk more about his art streams, because I can't draw the way he does. It's amazing. And he's also tackled a lot of games that are new to him in the recent year, which, I mean, that's just impressive. So, here's Wibbit Guy.
Hello, my name is Wibbit Guy, and it's a great honor that I accept the award of Best Art Stream from Burnsy & Company. Thank you so much for the title, and I hope you enjoy this little snippet of content reflective of what I do on stream. Get out! Get out, the bad dog! Bad dog! Get out! That's right, get out! Get out! Bad boy, there's plenty of space for you in the family room, not in the kitchen. You're not gonna mess around here. You son of a bitch. No! I said no! Most of the time, I play video games on stream. Some old, some new, some I played before, and others for the first time ever. I streamed yesterday, Sunday.
Okay,
what?
Okay.
What?
Well, I'll see you Thursday.
Wait. Zombies come in? Yeah, no. I also love giving my critique on commentary for the games I play. Good thing I didn't fall to that trap. On some occasions, I also do art streams where I draw and color a picture of something usually game related, but I also do a lot of original art pieces as well, my own designs. I've created a lot of fan art based on games that I've been playing to help enhance the experience. Where's my horse? It's just my horse. And I also created some of my own original characters and designs that I've been putting up on my own brand here. I'm still trying to find and get a good handle on how to best implement my passion of art into streaming. But I've made a lot of progress these past couple years. Captain America! No, more like Captain Comrade! Would have bowed down before Captain Comrade! And I just want to say how much I appreciate all the support on my streaming, especially when I try to be creative and try new things. Video games have definitely been a passion of mine for a long time, but my first passion has always been art since I was a little kid. Something I've loved to do all the time, and I enjoy doing it here on stream as well and sharing it with others. I'm so thankful to have met so many people who support my creative work and the art I do on stream, as well as the video games I play. So, once again, thank you so much for the award of Best Art Stream, and I look forward to making more exciting pieces live here on the stream.
The next award is the Best VTuber Award. Now, the VTubers, there has to be a special catch for me to watch a VTuber. But for this one, he loves his retro games as much as I do, even more actually. My light made a weird popping sound. But he loves his retro games, and he loves first-person shooters, specifically Doom. And the best VTuber this year is Professor Blue.
Hello, everybody. I would like to sincerely thank Burnsy for his nomination and award in the Streamy Awards as the VTuber of the Year. This is obviously a big honor, and I am super honored that Burnsy has decided to bestow this award upon me. Thank you all. If you do not know me, my name is Professor Bloom. Thank you so much to Burnsy for the award. In recognition of receiving this award, I am going to commit right now to playing the Resident Evil 2 port for the Nintendo 64, including the randomizer mode, on stream. That is my appreciation to Burnsy for this award. In exchange, I would issue Burnsy the challenge of playing the game you, dear viewers, are seeing on stream right now, which is A Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for the Nintendo Entertainment System. I would say it is quite a fun game. But thank you again, Burnsy, for the Streamy Award for VTuber of the Year. I am genuinely very honored by this. I do not deserve this, but I thank you deeply for your consideration and the award. Thank you very much. I wish you great success on your charity event today. Thank you again. Have a wonderful rest of the stream, and I will hopefully see you streaming Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in the future. Good night, everybody.
Now, for Best Voice Actor, and that's Bone King TV, because it's not every day I cry on stream. I cried during Red Dead Redemption 2, but I believe I was told over stream that he got the role for Ghost. And it's rare that you get emotion from me, but I know how much voice acting means to I'm going again, but I know how much voice acting means to Bone. And it's amazing that he's out there, he's getting it done. He was also in Stay Out of the House, which I still have to play. But he was in Resident Evil Containment as Ghost, and he did a fantastic job. Amazing. The best voice actor of the year goes to Bone King TV. And honestly, dude, congratulations. And hopefully you'll win this year after year. So.
Hey there everyone, Bone King here to graciously accept the best voice actor streaming for my role as Ghost in Resident Evil Containment. As you can see, I figured the best way to do this would be to have my acceptance speech be a voiceover too. So, working with Aiden was fantastic, and having the opportunity to... Oh, shit. Oh, wait. How do I restart? Hi. Hold on, everyone. Just 1 second. I just have to. I can fix this. You just gotta. And there. Okay. We should be back on track now. I just wanted to say thank you so much to Burnsy and for putting the Streamies together, and Aiden for making Resident Evil Containment. And you can play Resident Evil Containment on your PC. It's available for download. And yeah, just want to make sure I said thanks. Thanks again, everyone. Bye.
What is this? What is a salty discharge? The Most Willpower Award. Now for this one, I wasn't sure which way to go with it. Because a lot of us have played rough games this year. A lot of us. But taking out the difficulty factor and thinking about games that genuinely should not exist. There's one. Oh, my cable's making noise. But there is one that has stuck out to me. And that game is Mega Man 7. Or X7. Sorry, Mega Man 7 is a good game. Mega Man X7 is not. And we have somebody in the community that has beaten Mega Man X7 and heard Burn It to the Ground many times. So, for that, congratulations, Brawling Barb. Dude, I don't know how you did it. I had so much fun watching you during Mega Man X7. You made a terrible game into a great time.
Hey, there you are. Hey guys, how you doing? Don't mind me. How you doing? Burnsy, everybody. Happy Streamies. Good to see everybody. Hope you've been doing well. Hope... Burn to the ground! Okay, look, we don't have a lot of time. I'm gonna make this really brief. I just want to thank everybody for nominating me and for allowing me to accept the award of the most willpower. Mega Man X7 was not fun in any regards, but I'm glad that we were able to get through it together. So thank you so much for being there for the journey, and really. Okay. Sorry guys, I gotta go. I hear him outside. We gotta go. Get over here.
The next award is the Most Quietly Opinionated Award. And what that means is somebody who has very strong opinions on a subject, but won't tell you unless provoked. And that award goes to Tay Legacy. She has a podcast with me a moment called Living on the Wedge. Yeah, if she gets going on a subject, she'll keep going. Like, if she gets asked about a subject, she'll keep going. But even on her stream, she'll, like, be very cool and quiet. But then when you ask her a question, she's off. Like, she's just... Like how she's very strongly opinionated about Star Wars. She doesn't like it. But she's very strongly opinionated about it, but doesn't seem that way unless you ask her about it. So.
Hey guys, I am Mia, and I am here to accept an award for a really close friend of mine. Her name is Tay, or you may know her as Tay Legacy. We are accepting the award for most quietly opinionated. Tay definitely has her opinions, but I appreciate all of them. Thank you again for this opportunity and the award.
Next up is the most confusing name change. So for the most confusing name change, I wanted to give it to the Jotagonist Live. You may be wondering, why? Because his name is Joey. Everyone calls him Joey. He's Jotagonist. But before that, he was called Gay Gaming 101. So before that, before the name change, I was used to that, and I'm still used to that. I still call him Gay Gaming when it's the Jotagonist. Usually I just call him Joey. And it's an interesting thing to just change. It shouldn't have been that big of a deal. But it's something where I'm like, your name is Gay Gaming 101. That was your brand. I'm stuck as that. But I'm changing back. It's like how Wolf recently changed his name from Papa Wolf to Papa Canis. I think it was about 8 months ago. But I'm still stuck on Wolf. And technically Canis is it Latin? Is it Greek for wolf? Something like that. And he's like, you just call me Wolf. It's fine, Rory. Just call me Wolf. I'm like, okay, good. So yeah, Joey wins the most confusing name change. It wasn't meant to be confusing. I'm just really bad at remembering. So.
Thank you so much, Burnsy, and your community. This is my first ever Streamy award, and first award I think ever that I haven't been carried by a team with, at least. So I really appreciate it. I will gladly take the crown for most confusing channel name because I 100% get it. This channel has been through a lot of changes, to say the least. Originally, my channel name was called Gay Gaming 101 because I thought it was hilarious. And also, if anyone was like trying to be a bully or homophobic as fuck, I figured if you clicked on a channel called Gay Gaming 101, you're probably a little gay. So that always brought me like a little joy, and it also brought like terror to any streamer whose name, like anytime I would pop into anyone's chat, everybody was afraid to say my name. Any streamer would be like, hi, gaming, or hey, 101, or I think one point someone called me Ming. So I just thought it was always humorous that everyone was afraid to say gay gaming. But except you, Burnsy. I appreciate you for that. You're a real one. But as fun as that name was, it brought me a lot of death threats. Honestly, funny at first. And the more I got, the gayer they sounded. I think someone even told me they hoped I died from opening my microwave to an explosion of sperm, which sounds pretty gay to me. I always appreciate when someone considers my stream their little safe space on the internet that they can go to and just chill and be themselves and not have to worry about any outside noise. And I wanted to protect that. So I went for a rebrand era and went through a bunch of different names. I tried to be something a little less gay, but Straight Gaming 101 is actually already taken. And after a lot of different failed usernames, I decided on Jotagonist. However, Jotagonist was taken. So I had to be on, for Twitch's sake, Jotagonist Live, which is so corny. I hated it. Anytime I'd pop into someone's channel, everyone knew I was a streamer. I'm like, oh, gross. So I changed it to Jotagonist _ but that was also taken. So I had to be Jotagonist __, which honestly I think is fine, because now when I pop into someone's chat, it's almost like, ta-da! This is what Jotagonist has to say. So for now, we are Jotagonist __ on Twitch. And don't know how long that'll last. But it's been a fun ride, and I love streaming, and anyone that's popped in and made my life more humorous, thank you so much. And Burnsy, does not get lost on me on how much you support my channel. I greatly appreciate it, friend. Thank you for always rating me as much as you do and including me as much as you do. I really appreciate it. Thank you for this award, most confusing channel name. I don't want to be like the person that wins this again next year. I hope it can be like a cooler accolade. I hope we keep with this brand, but who knows? Maybe I will defend my title. But I appreciate you, Burnsy, and I hope we get to play games soon. Take care, everybody.
The next award is the Most Growth Award, and that's Evil Cherry Berry. She's been on the cusp of becoming partner with Twitch for a good few months. She's almost there. And she averages, I believe, 69 viewers a stream. Nice. But also because she was one of the first people we met in the BioRan community. I joined the Discord server with Bone King TV and Last Seraph. And we were playing it one night, and we were rated by Evil Cherryberry. I think that was even before I signed up to do the tournament for charity with Johnny Beard. And she welcomed us with open arms. We hope you reach partners soon. And for the Most Growth Award is Evil Cherryberry.
Hi, thanks for choosing me for the Most Improved Award. I really appreciate it. It's been a great year. So much has happened, and we're already going to go up from here. Thanks.
The Most Insightful Award. But to be honest, this one was locked up by Seraph from the beginning. Seraph has been reviewing video games for years. Infinite Backlog is a channel I hold near and dear to my heart. I love watching their videos. So, yeah, Most Insightful goes to Last Seraph.
Hello everyone, I'm Seraph and thank you for awarding me Most Insightful. Reviewing has been a hobby for me. A really expensive hobby where I've spent literal thousands of dollars on old game consoles, expanding my collection of games, upscalers so that those old game consoles can look good on my OLED TV, and the equipment I use for reviews. I've played and I know a lot about video games, and I like to share the enjoyment, or distaste, though that's pretty rare, of games I've come across over the years. And what best way to do that but review them and talk about them that way? While traffic's been a bit slow lately and I'm taking my time with things, I do appreciate everyone who tunes in and watches an Infinite Backlog review, whether it be one of my videos, one of Dr. Peebles, or even one of 16-bit or Stingos's. I'm thankful that you folks give us the time of day to check out what we've covered or played over the last 10 or so years, and I hope you'll stick around to see what the channel's got in store for the future, because if there's something I'm passionate about, it's talking about video games and providing insight on them. So, once again, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next Infinite Backlog review.
Editing, editing, editing. I love editing. But I also love video games. If only I could play Resident Evil 3 at the moment. Nemesis, not the 2021. If only. And if only we had an award for it. Oh, hello! I think we should have an award for Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. And that award is going to Henry H. Jr. Because, honestly, without him, I don't think we would have put RE3 in this marathon. Because I was not really a big fan of it before. But we can blame him for my interest in playing it again. So, thank you, Henry. I appreciate it. Now I'll go back to editing, and that's a good way to edit and get Resident Evil 3, because I'll put you in the video. There you go. But in all seriousness, congratulations, Henry. Yeah, it's kind of like last year when Bone won the Modder Award, and I did a little skit for him. I think I'm going to keep this one. It was pretty cute. At least I thought so.
Well, hello, it's me, Henry. I'm here to say I'd gladly accept the Resident Evil 3 replay, like trophy or whatever. I know I'm very new to this community, but it's been a great time. Pretty sure I met you guys from a raid from like Canadian raids a couple years ago, and from them it became something great. And I hope to continue like this for many, many years. Anyways, thank you. Thank you for choosing me.
The Angriest Canadian Award. It's very simple, this one. Because most Canadians we've met are very mellow, very simple, very, it is what it is. John of War comes to mind. Patrick Schrader comes to mind. But there's only one Canadian that we know with rage in his name. The real Canadian Rage. And with that, he wins the Angriest Canadian Ever Award.
Wow. Burnsy, thank you so much. What's this award here? Angriest Canadian. Wow. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I stream a variety of different games, from the new to the retro to the more obscure stuff. Some stuff you may never have seen, and some stuff you may never have heard of, and I can almost guarantee that some stuff you will only see on my channel on Twitch. I'm not very good at this social media stuff. I tend to stay away from it. It's bad for my health. I try to keep things lighthearted when I stream. I try to keep things funny, lowbrow, toilet humor. Everybody laughs at farts. When I was a kid, my grandpa taught me pull my finger, and I've been laughing at farts ever since. Yes, I'm 45 years old, and I still laugh at farts out loud. The main thing for my channel is, when I started it, was to engage people and have conversations with people, and it's sort of evolved since then. When I first started it, I used to joke about how it's like a public access Canadian television channel, except with a higher budget. And it's funnier than just about anything that's on the modern CBC, unless you count the political debates. Everyone's welcome to come by. If you just want to come by and relax and have a laugh, absolutely. That's what it's for. Have a laugh, even if it's at my expense. That's perfectly okay. That's part of what I'm here for. Anyways, guys, I gotta wrap this up. Thank you very much again, Burnsy, for this prestigious award. Stay safe, stay healthy, and be excellent to each other, guys. There's one more quick thing before I go. I wanted to explain the origins of Canadian Rage and how the name came about. And for those of you that are wondering, no, I'm not stoned. This is just I'm just really mellow all the time. So I was playing Dead by Daylight one night and with some friends, and I was invited on their channel to play some games, and the killer kept tunneling me, and I got angry at him and I called him an asshole. So after that, these friends meme me, and it was all in good fun. These are good people. Without them, there wouldn't be a Canadian Rage on Twitch. So it was all in good fun, and they meme me, and that's where Canadian Rage came from. Because as soon as I called the guy an asshole, I apologized right after, which is a total Canadian thing to do. I'm sorry I took up so much time. Thanks again.
The most dedicated content creator. So what this means is this person makes content on many different topics. So much like how Johnny Beard would have content on BioRan and just interviews in general, but also DJing, this content creator puts out content for reviewing video games, movies, talking about them, even just having discussions, and does full streams on the side for these games and talking about these movies. And streams a lot more often than I do personally. And that's Patrick's Raider.
So Patrick's here. Apparently I won the most dedicated streamer or content creator. I want to thank Burnsy and all of the community. Really appreciate it. It means a lot. I'm just a dude talking about movies and games, things that I love. Thank you for this award. Well, actually, it's not an award, it's my Wiimote, but let's pretend. Seriously, thank you very much for everybody. Everybody coming through the streams, retweeting, or just commenting on my videos, or... And I want to thank 2 video game characters. Kazuma Kiryu. If somebody's dedicated, it's Kiryu. And also the most dedicated hostess in gaming, Yuki. I had to shout out Yuki. Greatest minigame ever. So no, seriously, thank you everybody. Really appreciate it. Really means a lot, this award, so thank you.
With that, he also plays a variety of different games, but there's one person that plays a more varied variety. Well, I used variety twice, nice. But that person is Krokatoad. Krokatoad has the most extensive game backlog, probably out of the streamers we know. And God knows what game he's up to currently, right now. He was currently playing Cat Quest. I don't know which hundreds that game is under number-wise. But he really plays pretty much anything and everything. And he does it with a smile. With the backlog of games you play, dude, things could be good, things could be absolutely terrible. So, he's going where no man has gone before most of the time. And with that, he really deserves an award for having the most varied variety. Congratulations, Krokatoad.
Hello, everybody. I am back. This is Krokatoad, and once again, I have apparently won the Variety Streamer of the Year award for the Burnsy Awards. I called it Burnsy Awards last time. It's actually the Streamies. I hope you guys are having an awesome streamy event, and I'm proud, happy, and very honored to be the winner for the Variety Streamer of the Year. Now, as you can see with the games behind me, I probably don't have the biggest collection in the world, but I do have a pretty rather large collection, and I play literally everything. That's kind of the tagline of my Twitch channel. So when you come to my channel, there's no telling what you'll be seeing me do next. I could be doing The Legend of Zelda on the original Nintendo. I could be doing Diablo 4. I could be doing Spyro. I could be doing Tomb Raider, Resident Evil, you name it. Throw a dart at the wall, I'm probably playing it because I'm trying to complete as many video games as I possibly can, and I don't stray from any genre or platform that's out there. So if it's a game, I will play it as long as it's under, Twitch TOS and things like that. But yes, thank you so much for once again looking at me, considering me, nominating me, and allowing me to win the award. I do appreciate it, and I cherish it very much. So thank you, Bernsey. Thank you to everybody else out there. And congratulations to all the winners out there that have won this year's Streamy, or was it Bernsey, Awards. This is Crocotoad signing off. Have a great rest of your event, everybody. It's been awesome.
The next award goes to the most RPGs I've seen somebody play. And that award goes to the John of War, because not only is he focused on retro gaming, and he's really good at it because he did a marathon with Dracula's Curse. I don't know. I don't know anybody that could do that, really. Oh, no, there's 3 people that could do it with him, or including him. But having Dracula's Curse in an NES game marathon where you're racing 2 other people, that on its own means you are fantastic at those games. But that's not what you won the award for. What you won the award for is the most RPGs. And every time I tune into your stream, it feels like every time. It's not every time, but it feels like it sometimes. You're playing a new RPG. Well, a new RPG to me. Some of these games are games you've played years ago. And some of these games are new to you as well. But you seem to really tackle every RPG you can get. Specifically, old school JRPGs. Tactical RPGs at times. Games I'm not very good at. We saw that when I played Bone King's Fire Emblem game. John of War, you really do keep the memory of some of these JRPGs alive, and RPGs in general. And with that, we wanted to recognize you. So congratulations, John of War. And if I was giving more than one award, you'd win one for even putting Dracula's Curse in a marathon. Jesus.
What is up? What is up? What is up, Bernsey friends? I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for this prestigious award, the most RPGs I've seen. The game that got me into RPGs would be this lovely, lovely game here called Final Fantasy II in North America, also known as Final Fantasy IV. Oh my gosh, one of my favorites, and such classic RPGs as Dracula's Curse. So, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. It's a great honor. I love to share these games with everyone. So thank you again, Bernsey, and congratulations on another fantastic year.
Actually, I believe it's time for our commercial break. So we'll be right back after these messages, or this message from our sponsor.
Ah! Who is this handsome videographer I see before me? Relax, Bernsey. It's just me. Bernsey, the camera bag must have given it away. Oh wow, I just got my wedding video. It's shit. It's shit. It's mostly drone footage. We were in a city near an airport, and we were inside. My wife isn't even in it. Did you not use Bernsey's? No, we went with a more expensive option. Well, that's where you went wrong, because expensive doesn't necessarily mean better. But at Bernsey's, we handle wedding videography, birthdays, pet videography, even those personal messages meant for that special person, like throwing shade at an office colleague. Didn't you have a ring? My wife came up and took my ring while you were talking about the company, so I think I'm divorced. Well, if you don't have the money to spend on a whole nother wedding, you can send us the footage. If you received any raw footage, we can edit it together for you in a much better video. We also handle Twitch VODs, and any other recordings like that. Oh wow, Burnsies, you saved my marriage. All in a day's work. Remember, you can find us online at burnsymedia.com. Hi. I'm Rory, the actor that played Bernsey in that last sketch. You might be wondering how we pulled that off, but, truth be told, it all lies in good old Hollywood magic. By filming on a green screen, we can overlap different versions of me without interrupting the scene in play. And with careful script writing and careful timing, and great editing, we can ensure a seamless transition to each scene. And because of this, we just needed to do multiple takes. And with that, it just took a day of filming and writing. I was never in harm's way for a moment. Isn't technology wonderful?
Next up is our big award. Last year we did this, the first one. So this year, for E-Thought of the Year, They're going to hate that. Yeah, it's not Barb or Seraph this year. They're going to hate that. Who is it? I should probably get on a Discord call with them and tell them, huh? Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
All right, cool. Now that both of you are here, I have some not so great news, to be honest. At least for you two. so yeah, both of you won E-Thought of the Year last year. Neither of you won this year.
What do you mean?
All right, everyone. So, where was I? Oh yeah, I'm standing in the right spot, right? I think so. We'll find out the camera's not in focus. But the E-Thought of the Year didn't go to Barbara Seraph this year.
But Bertie, my booty is thick with it.
I was E-Thought of last year. I don't want to be reduced to an afterthought.
Okay, look at the loser crying. Clearly, these cheeks are clapping for the victor, aka me. Clearly, because what the hell, man? Come on.
You're the real afterthought. It's the future now, and I literally live in the future.
Please, you wish, okay? This is a milkshake that brings all the boys to the yard and then some, okay? You're yesterday's winner. Bye-bye. See ya.
I'm yesterday's winner, but I'm also tomorrow's winner, too.
No, you're not! That is impossible. Jesus Christ.
It actually went to Worm. Worm the Laughing Man. So, yeah, congratulations, Worm. We, what do I say? Yeah, congratulations, Worm. We, very happy for you to win E-Thought of the Year.
Hello. This is my introduction. This is my award. And this is who I am. I'd like to thank you for tuning in and just express my deepest gratitude. It felt sensational when Bernsey reached out to me and let me know that I was going to be winning the E-Thought of the Year award. It's been a praised award. It's not a joke award. It's been a praised award. And I do believe last year, our very own Brawlin' Barb won it. So to be lifted up and placed into the same category as such a beautiful and beloved man himself, I'm honored. Thank you very much. I will take it. And at first I was kind of confused. I didn't know exactly what I was in for. I figured I was being recognized for my thoughtfulness, my kind ruminations on the human condition. And then I Googled it. So that did come as a little bit of a shock to me. Thank you, Google. But undeterred, and to be placed up on a mantle with such great talent as Brawlin' Barb, I'm proposing a change, maybe something a little bit different. I will accept the award, and I love it, and if nothing comes of it, whatever, fantastic. But I think we can do more with it. And if you'll listen to my proposal, take it into consideration. I am extremely grateful for this award, and I accept it wholeheartedly. To even be considered to be placed on the same caliber as Brawlin' Barb. I mean, because, come on. I think the award in itself, while jokey in nature, can lend itself to a very positive emotion. So instead of just, thoughtfulness. Considerate, doesn't have to come to anything, nothing has to come of it. But I think it would be a beautiful little addition to the award show. And I truly appreciate you. I've been Worm the Laughing Man. You've been awesome. This is my outro. You have a lovely night. Enjoy the rest of the show. Bye-bye.
But with E-Thought of the Year underway, I believe it's time for our halftime show. So, enjoy some music from Rage Quit Media and Jeremy Travlos. see, last year we spliced them in between. We're going to see how it goes this year if we do first half streamer, second half games. Let's see how it goes. So, for the most boring game award, Resident Evil Revelations 2. I don't even think we beat the first episode on stream. The game is not good. I mean, the raid mode in Revelations 2 is a good time, but the game itself is not good. It's boring. So boring. They wasted Barry. Oh god, they wasted Barry and Claire. With it being a 2-player game, you would have expected it to be more like Resident Evil 6. I know, Resident Evil 6. But Resident Evil 6 had the co-op down to an extent. RE5 really had it perfect, but RE6 was the closest you're going to get to controlling like Revelations 2. But with Revelations 2, I don't understand the having one person with a gun. Ooh, my pinky. One person with a gun, one person that does, I don't know, shines a flashlight, points at invisible enemies. I understand the dynamic of teamwork, but it's not fun unless you're both shooting monsters, working together, because then you just have one person having some fun, and then another person saying, ooh, what's that? What's that? Here's some ammo. Guys, Capcom. I remember playing this at New York City Comic-Con in 2014, I believe, 2013, and back then I was like, it's okay. It was the part of the first chapter where you get the gun, and you pretty much, like, I don't know, I think they added enemies there where they shoot your way out. I don't remember. But I walked away thinking it was all right. It was better than 6. You know? And my oldest brother was like, that was not good. That was bad. Then a year later, we played Umbrella Corps at New York City Comic-Con. I got a badge for it. But don't worry, it's not all bad news for Capcom. No. Because Capcom is also the winner of the Game is Better Than I Remember award. Dead Rising 2 is the winner of this year's award. Because I remember playing this game back in the summer of, again, 2013-ish. And I got it for my birthday that year. I still have the receipt in my PS3 box for like $30 at Toys R Us. I'm not getting rid of it. It was a Toys R Us receipt. And I played it through the summer. That, BioShock, and Black Ops 2. I got a Band-Aid on my ring finger. That's why I'm not counting like this. I'm counting like a European. And I loved it. I replayed it over and over again. And for some reason, I just didn't really care for it. As I grew older, I loved Dead Rising 1 more. But playing Dead Rising 2, I got back into it because it was on sale on Xbox. And I genuinely fell in love with it again. There was a feeling of, yeah, I'd been here before, but it was comfortable. Maybe it was a comfort game for me now. And Dead Rising 2, it's probably my favorite of the franchise. Because Off the Record is a hard mode version of Dead Rising 2, which, you know, is pretty fun, but it's not as fun as Dead Rising 2 original in my opinion. And Dead Rising 1, it's where it started. It's a fantastic game. And that game is being remade, actually, about a month from now. But I think Dead Rising 2 is my favorite Dead Rising game now. The next award is the Best Multiplayer Game Award. Now, for this, we could go with Uno. We could go with Mario Party again. But there's one. We've played with Seraph, Cinnabon Sean, and Brawling Barb. And an extra co-host sometimes. I don't know if I can really say his name because he doesn't stream, but we do play. And that's Ready or Not. This game is really intense. Back when I lived by myself, when I had an apartment on the 3rd floor of an old building in Albany, New York. My windows were open. It was the dead of summer. I don't think my neighbors were very pleased with me at about 11 o'clock at night yelling gun or help because I was really invested in Ready or Not. I was playing it with these guys and I loved it. It was intense. It was fun. And it's something I don't like about it now, and it's a pet peeve of mine, is that everything's connected into a story. I liked it better before when there was no story. It was just scenarios. Can you and your friends actually pull this off, or are you just going to really mess around? And for all of us, it was a case of, it was a little bit of both. I had the riot shield on my back, and I walled around like a turtle. I was going to say a toddler. I was like a turtle, because then I felt I would get the notification, or like the little feedback that rounds are bouncing off my back, and I'd be like, oh, we're getting shot in the back. So that was a lot of fun, and tackling all the different scenarios in different ways, arresting people or just turning into Judge Dredd, it was fun. The best soundtrack We did this last year, and the best soundtrack winner last year, I believe, was Bayonetta. This year, it's Alan Wake 2. The Old Gods of Asgard getting Poe to come back for, I believe the song is called The Road, The Winding Road. And even the soundtrack on Night Springs, the DLC, the first expansion pack. I loved it. Oh my god! That soundtrack was like playing the first game over again because everything really felt connected and it was great. I feel crazy because we finally got Alan Wake 2 and one of the highlights of it is the soundtrack. That's not a bad thing because the soundtrack is pretty much otherworldly. If you can get your hands on a physical copy of the Old Gods of Asgard CD that they made for the game, I highly recommend it. I love the music in this game. Herald of Darkness. It's something that it's something that has to be seen to be believed, or heard to be believed. And actually, originally I planned on doing the dance, but I don't have a lot of room here. I have boxes over there and workout equipment. I have you can't see it, but there's just a toilet hanging out here. It's not even connected to anything, it's just a toilet. For the game that was surprisingly not terrible. It was still bad, but not terrible. It goes to Aliens Colonial Marines. We played it, we beat it. I'm never playing it again, but we played it and we beat it. And now I'm holding on to it as a trophy. It wasn't a bad game. It was not great. It probably wasn't very good. But was it absolutely terrible? No. And I didn't play the updated version. I played the base version that was on the disc for the Xbox 360. There were some things about it I personally would have changed. I didn't like how it was very multiplayer centered because it felt a lot like the modern Gears of War games. Because I don't remember them being like ham-fisting multiplayer into it, at least in the first two. But it felt like a lot of sins of modern gaming coming to light in, 2013? 2012 when that game came out? Oh, God. The Wild Card Award. Now, for the Wild Card Award, interesting. Very interesting. Because the Wild Card Award is something that was good, was bad, was a little in between. And this one, oh, it was rough. The first hour of this game was great. It was fun. It was a little cheap, but it wasn't terrible. And that was Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza. Because I didn't mind this game for an hour. I didn't. It was fine. It was good even. Because it was just a retelling of Die Hard 1. My favorite movie of all time. But then you added in a sewer level. When the game ends, you are being shot at by helicopters, by M60 gun emplacements. I broke the game at one point. I'll try to show footage of that. I don't even know if I have this footage anymore. But I broke the game, and I was just happy that it was over. It was bad. Because like Die Hard NES is the only game I can really compare it to, because Die Hard NES was a recreation of the first movie on an NES, and it was good. I genuinely enjoyed Die Hard 1 on NES. Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza, I'd give it like a 4. For some honorable mentions, the honorable mentions we have are Little Hope with Last Seraph, Resident Evil Dead Aim, Ghostbusters 2 on the Game Boy, and one that I'll save for the end, or near the end. So, for our best games that we've streamed in 2024 and the last half of 2023, at number 10, The Man of Medan with Last Seraph. I like this one better than Little Hope, possibly because I liked the pirate angle. I liked that we were always actually in danger. Spoilers. But yeah, the payoff wasn't that great. Number 9, Dick Tracy on the Sega Genesis up until the 6th level. Because up until level 5-3, it's a fun, balanced arcade game. It really is. Every time I died before level 6-1, it genuinely felt like my fault. It felt like I wasn't ready. I wasn't paying attention. And it was a great test of just skill. Then level 6-1 happens, and they take away your gun. They do that for a lot of the levels. But you have to keep messing with the edge of the screen. And you do that for the next 2 levels. And level 6-3, 6-3 isn't terrible. The boss fight against a big boy is not bad. But to get there, 6-1 and 6-2, but yeah, after beating Flat Top, you might as well just turn the game off and watch the rest of the movie, because the movie is fantastic. Number 8, RoboCop Rogue City. Now, looking at it, you might think, oh, that RoboCop game that came out back in, what is it? November? October? When did that come out? RoboCop Rogue City, I genuinely enjoyed my time with. Yeah, it was made by a company that doesn't really have a lot of resources, but that doesn't mean they lack heart. RoboCop Rogue City was a fun game from start to finish. It's kind of a pseudo-open world in RoboCop's Detroit, and it's set between the events of RoboCop 2 and RoboCop 3. It tells a really fun story. Is it necessarily gripping? No. Is it fun? Yes. I loved it. I got 100% on it with all of my achievements. I had a blast playing RoboCop. Number 7. Dead Space 2023. When this game came out, I was very skeptical because I figured Dead Space came out in 2008. It doesn't need a remake. No, it doesn't. And I mean, I still don't think it needed a remake, but it's so good. Oh my God. The Dead Space remake adds, I don't know if it added another boss fight or expanded upon a boss fight where you actually go outside the ship. Spoilers. But the Dead Space remake added a little more to what already was very special. Dead Space 1 will always hold a special place in my heart. But Dead Space remake, that earns a space on my hard drive. And that means a lot. Number 6. Number 6 was actually a gift for Christmas from Brawling Barb. And that's My Friendly Neighborhood. Looking at it, yeah, it's kind of goofy. It's riding the Five Nights at Freddy's kind of horror, where things that seem like they shouldn't be too scary are terrifying. But My Friendly Neighborhood, if you'll indulge me, it's a mixture between Resident Evil 4, Condemned, and Sesame Street. You might be like, why Condemned? Condemned Criminal Origins is actually a very good game. But Condemned, it rides with both because the inventory system, just like Resident Evil 4, the combat system feels a lot more like Condemned than Resident Evil, or even another first-person shooter that's comparable like Left 4 Dead maybe. Because every punch matters, and of course it does. But enemies also require duct tape. They don't go down forever unless you use duct tape. Otherwise, they get right back up when you leave the room. It's a hard game. I played on normal. I think I played on normal. Maybe I played on easy. But it was a hard game. And I enjoyed it the whole way around. My Friendly Neighborhood definitely deserves number 6 on our list. It was such an experience, especially the ending. I won't tell anybody about the ending. There are a few different endings. I got the best one, I believe. But it's tough. It's a good game, but it's at least to me going in for the first playthrough, it was kind of tough. Survival horrors usually are, but that game was good. Number 5. I know it may not be a surprise to some of you. Number 5 goes to James Bond 007 on the Nintendo Game Boy. So, of course, it's me. I love James Bond. Bond is one of the franchises that I just can't get enough of. And it's actually part of this marathon that's going on right now. But on the Game Boy, I never expected much out of this. I knew it was a Zelda clone, and I knew that when I was younger. That's why I sucked at it when I was younger. I was never good at Zelda. But going back to it now, being older, being more patient, I loved it. It was fantastic. It was like a stage-based Zelda game. Because each time, yeah, you have more gadgets, you have less gadgets, your gadgets are taken away, you have to figure out what to do. And that was pretty intense. And at the end of the game, you're rewarded where James Bond fights Metal Gear. I'm not kidding. But then, after fighting Metal Gear, saving the girl, you haven't saved the day just yet. You have to go around and disrupt the enemy's plans while the James Bond theme blasts as much as it can on the Game Boy. And I was just smiling ear to ear. If you know me, you know I love James Bond. You do. But this game really was something special. And I'm glad that I was able to experience it with everybody in stream. Number 4 was number 4? I didn't think I would actually play number 4. Number 4 I thought would be a fun game to pick up for a stream, be too scared to come back to and to just shelve it. I played through it. There was even a weekend stream because I wanted to beat it. And that was Alien Isolation. Now, I love the Alien movies. Well, at least the first 2. But I didn't think I'd like this game because I don't like games with stalker enemies. Even the Resident Evil remakes, I didn't like them too much because, or at least Resident Evil 2 remake, I didn't like it that much because of Mr. X becoming Nemesis. I didn't like Resident Evil 3 growing up because of Nemesis. But Alien Isolation makes it the main piece of the game, and it does it very well. Because there were points where, yeah, it was like, oh crap, there's androids and actual mercenaries, and the alien is in the f***ing vents. But you know what? Those times where I held my breath on stream, that was worth it. That was so worth it. Or even at points where I had enough flamethrower fuel to get the alien to go back into the vent, and I loved it. It was so much fun. This game, I don't know if I'll ever play it again, because it actually really scary. But Alien Isolation, if you haven't experienced this game yet, this game is an experience. I can't say more positive things about this than I don't know how without giving pieces of the game away. It is I know it's like a 12-year-old game. Maybe 13. No, not 13. I don't know. It's an old game now. It was on Xbox 360 and PS3. It's also on Nintendo Switch now. But if you're interested in it, give it a shot. It is very much a stealth survival horror. And that can be difficult for some people. But if you're willing to give it a shot, you're most likely the person to stick through it then. Number 3 counts because it was technically a mod, but it's a full game. And if it was a mod, I'd probably switch out BioRand in this, but I don't know. But number 3, Resident Evil Containment. Resident Evil Containment is one of the finest examples of survival horror using episodic storytelling that you will find. I didn't like the idea of it being episodic. I was scared about it because I was like, oh great, I'm going to lose all my weapons and everything I wanted to save in the last part. My survival horror brain has to be reprogrammed. And yeah, it kind of does. But it's done very well. It's incredibly well done. Aiden Watkins really has become the second coming of early Capcom, like late 90s, early 2000s Capcom with survival horror. I loved Ghost. Ghost as a character, yeah, he's not terribly deep, but he's a fun character in a what-if scenario. And Ghost, played by Bo King TV, acts his little heart out. So does Ghost's sister, played by Aspire to Write. And Hunk's voice actor, whose name escapes me right now, I'll put it right here. He was really good. I hope he comes back and does more Hunk voices. And I can't wait to see what you come up with next. I know now you're working on Survivor in third person. I just beat Survivor a little while ago for the first time. I'm excited to see how that plays in third person. And yeah, keep doing you, man. You're doing a fantastic job. I can't wait to see what you do next. This may upset some of you, but number 2 is Alan Wake 2. I know. But Alan Wake 2, it was just what I needed at the time. When Alan Wake 2 came out, I was apprehensive about buying it because it didn't have a physical copy. It was still a $70 game, I believe it was $70, but there was no physical copy in sight. Lawyer saying, hey, if you miss this game and you get spoiled, you're going to hate yourself, you're going to hate everybody. And he bought me the game. It was the game to get me to write my nightmares down. Because that's the short story that's out. That's the short story that's currently out of publishing houses that one said it was too gory, one said it wasn't gory enough. I don't know. At least I'm doing something right? If I'm in the middle. Alan Wake 2 was the game I needed at the right time. It was a media experience unlike any other. And Alan Wake 2 was the sequel I was waiting for 13 years. I played Alan Wake 1 off of a lawyer's Xbox 360 when it came out. And we both clamored for more. We got American Nightmare, but that wasn't Alan Wake 2. And I know different things are coming out like about the games, like, oh my god, strict deadlines. They were with this company. Yeah. You know what? Sam Lake and the creative team, despite everything that happened, whatever, they still told a gripping story. And it was one of the finest pieces of media I've ever experienced in my life. Before we get to number 1, there's one last one last honorable mention. And it's going to give away what number 1 is. That's why I didn't put it in the honorable mention. It's Red Dead Redemption 1. I played it for the first time on stream last year, about 4th of July. We beat it in 3 streams. And it became one of my favorite cowboy games ever. So much enough that for my birthday this year, I bought it on Switch. I didn't think I was going to buy it again. But I bought Red Dead on Switch to play it portably. And we actually even tested it out to see how it ran on Switch. Here's the... Yeah. It's still Red Dead, though. It's a good game. It's fantastic. But number 1 is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Probably still save something.
Really now?
Look, you can take the silver locket for the debt.
Damn the dad. Just get her somewhere safe. Go on.
Thank you, fella. You know, there ain't enough kindness in this world, that's for sure. But you...
I don't know nothing about kindness.
Really sorry for you, son. It's a hell of a thing.
What you mean?
You're real sick. It's a progressive disease. You'll be...
I'm sorry for what happened. I was a fool. And I'm suffering from my foolishness.
And all you can do now is decide the man you want to be for the time you have left. Help someone who can still be helped.
Let him go! Come with me. Shame on you. He's just a goddamn boy! I guess I'm afraid.
Red Dead Redemption 2. While Alan Wake might be one of the finest stories put to screen, Red Dead Redemption 2 made it my top 5. It may have knocked Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations off the top 5. That's tough. The story of Arthur Morgan. I had never cried on stream. This was the game to make me do it. You know, whenever I hear somebody playing this game, it always comes at a specific time in their life. I always hear stories of people playing this game at times when times are hard, when somebody passes away, when somebody's very sick, when they're moving on to a new stage in life. A lot of people seem to play this for the first time. Arthur Morgan and John Marston. The story about taking control of your life, doing what's best for you, really came to the forefront. We also want to take a moment and thank every single one of you that watched, every single one of you that knows us, every single one of you that has donated to this charity stream. Because last year we did Easter Seals and Toys for Tots. This year we're doing St. Jude's. I don't know what we're doing in October, if we are, but we'll figure that out, won't we? But being here for this stream and being with us through everything with this whole charity event, it means a lot to us. So with that, we will kick it back to the games. Back to Burnsy. Back to me.